Welcome back to the GoBros YouTube channel. Today we are going to work on the next part of the conversion van. We are going to be creating mounting areas for both the heater here as well as the inverter, which isn't out here right now. For the first part, we're going to mount up the heater. This will be positioned somewhere. See if we can focus here, 1 second. There we go. We're going to mount it somewhere in here, using this little storage cubby as kind of a safe place to run the exhaust, because it'll put off some extra heat. And this is all aluminum here, so it's not going to heat up very well. We're going to use this hole that was actually already there. This little piece that was supposed to be on there wants to jiggle loose. So we're going to use that hole for the exhaust. The inverter will go kind of out by the edge of the door here, so that way the plugs are facing up, so we can get to it from if you're on the bed. And then we're hoping to incorporate those two, the area that holds the heater as well as the area that holds the inverter, in with raising the bed. So in the last video, or I believe it's the last video we did with this, we made this bed as low as we could to give us more room up top here for the bed. But upon looking at it farther, we decided we're wasting a lot of space up here and we want some more storage space. So we're gonna try to move the bed another 10 inches up, which will give us about between or right around 14 inches of storage underneath, and then we won't have the 2 foot of wasted space up here. So let's get planning that and get moving along here. Moved on to the bed frame. I got it moved in from the van. I cut up some pieces here to raise it up like we talked about earlier. In total, we're raising it up 11 inches, more than it was before. So these will also get mounted up here and up here, so that way it'll give us a little bit of storage room underneath the bed and waste less space up top. I get these screwed up here, and then we can put it back in to see how much room we have. I just got all the legs attached here to both ends. You'll see that the ones up here, the front ones are taller, but that's because it has a deeper recess that it has to sit in the man van. So I'm going to get this put in the man van so we can see if we gained any room underneath for a little bit of storage. See you when we get it out there. Now that we got the bed risers in here, we have more storage room underneath. You can see the pieces we put in there and there. We got about, let's say, a good 8 to 12 inches back here. I'd say closer to 12 inches. And then up here, we also have more room. We got these pieces here we put in, but that gives us a lot of room up here. We can store stuff back in there, whether it's shoes or luggage or whatever. So we did a nice job with these. Good to go. So right now I'm working on the battery box. As you can see, I got a piece cut to fit just around the edge of the battery. I plan on putting, zoom out a little bit here. Plan on putting side ups up here on this side, so that way you can access everything from the front. And then the walls are going to go up about or just high enough so that way the inverter can sit on top here, which is about 18 inches. So that way you'll be able to get to the plugs from the top and be good to go. So I'm going to get these pieces for the sides cut up and then get it assembled, and we'll see if it fits in the vehicle. I have all the pieces cut now for our battery box slash inverter box. This piece will sit in here. They're gonna fall if I slide it in, but it'll fit flush with this. And then I'm gonna take the inverter here, place it on here where I want it, and trace it out, and then cut out around it, so that way when the inverter is set here in the box, it'll fit flush around the inverter and it'll look nice and clean. So I'm gonna get this traced up and then use the jigsaw to cut my mark, and then it'll fit around the inverter nice. Here's what it looks like after I got the sides mounted on, as well as the battery set in and the inverter mounted. It's nice and flush up here, so you'll still be able to get to your plugs. I'm probably going to wrap this in carpet here, just so it's not sharp, because these edges here are kind of sharp, and I wouldn't want to get a sliver or puncture an air mattress. So we get enough room in here too to run the wires. We have to probably use this hole saw and cut a hole in here, so that way the next step is wiring, so we can run the wires in and hook everything up and see if it works. So now we're going to move on to making the heater box. It'll be a little bit different than this, but we're going to have, similar to this, the heater will be mounted down low, and then we're going to have the gas tank mounted on the side, kind of where the inverter is here, like in this box, and then we can run the fuel pump and fuel filter on a side, something like that. Now that we got the other box done, we're moving on to the heater box. I already started it. I got it cut out on the bottom so the plate fits. So we have the exhaust here, and then the breather, and then the gas line. So we got those all cut in and fastened to the plate. Now, planning ahead, we're going to have to cut this corner out here so the wires can feed up through, and then we're going to cut another hole here using a hole saw so that the breather tube, this one here, can fit up through. So I'm going to get those cut, and then we were looking at it and thinking about it. If we do end up making this into a box and put walls on all four sides, we lose a lot of space for the passenger seat, so they won't be able to slide it all the way back and recline it. So what we're going to do instead is just mount to this board here. We'll have our fuel line coming out, mounting to the board, and then running down. So we don't need to put walls on it, which will save weight, because weight's a big factor. Got to keep the man van fast, and also give the passenger a little more room in the seat. But that's going to conclude this video, and we'll see you in the next one.